The phone vibrated on the kitchen counter while the kettle screamed. Remember the steam, the hiss, the way my hands didn't shake when I read Eat a Family, WhatsApp group a neat list of names say Mother's Day dinner. Then the line that cut cleaner than any blade. All my children are successful, except you. I wasn't invited was erased. I stared at the words like they were written on glass clear, deliberate, impossible to deny. Didn't reply, turned off the kettle, poured the water down the sink. Silence felt safer than fire. I learned early that love in our house came with conditions. Achievements were currency. Applause was oxygen. When I chose teaching, I chose a life without trophies she could polish. Remember her smile thinning at my graduation. The way she asked about salaries instead of studency. Remember the dinners where my siblings' promotions were toasted and my work was summarized as sweet. There was a time she braided my hair before school. A time she waited up for me, tea going cold, eyes worried. That's the memory that made the betrayal sting, not the insult. The replacement she didn't hate mesh, simply edited me out. The signs were there before the message. Fewer calls, missed birthdays, disguised as busyness, family photos posted without me. Framed just right. Then the undeniable proof arrived, broadcast to everyone, framed as truth. He didn't cry, folded the moment and put it away. Control is a muscle he'd been training it my whole life. I didn't confront her because confrontation would have fed. Harry chose distance. Instead he moved city. Took a teaching job at a public school no one bragged about. He rented a small apartment with light that came in late and honesty, built a routine that didn't ask permission. That's when the planning began, quietly, methodically. Learned the architecture of systems. Grants, publications board. Stayed late. He wrote curriculum that worked. Measured outcome. Documented everything. Didn't chase praise. I collected proof. Years passed. Students won competitions. Parents wrote letters. The school improved. Kept my name off social media and my work in public records. When a district role opened, I applied. When a national program needed leads, I raised my hand. Learned the language of funding and the weight of signature. Learned how reputations are built from consistency, not noise. Meanwhile, my siblings did what success looks like when it's loud. Promotions, announced photos, posted. They borrowed against futures. They leaned on the family name. Mother glowed in their reflected shine. I watched without envy. Clouds judgment. The first move wasn't mine and was timing. The school board sought a partnership. Me proposal that the funding was approved. Me name sat on the letterhead. It went public the same week. My mother shared a photo captioned, "Proud of my successful children." I didn't send it to Harry, let the internet do its work. Then came the invitation. Panels, interviews, awards that don't sparkle but endure. A book contract, modest and solid. Accepted each with the same calm I used to read her message years ago. Built a network that didn't need her approval and couldn't be erased. The second move was precise. A family foundation needed governance help. Conflict of interest rules tightened. Audits followed me. Siblings shortcuts surfaced not as scandals but as inconveniences that cost them positions. Doors closed quietly, respectfully, permanently. I never touched them, just stood where the rules could see me. The confrontation arrived on a Tuesday. She called after years of silence, her voice careful, like someone stepping onto thin ice. She said my name the way people say apologies when they want something. She mentioned the foundation. The dinner. She said families forgive. I met her in a cafe with glass walls, witnesses everywhere. She looked smaller. Time does that when it stops being fed. She reached for my handy, didn't pull away, didn't lean in. "I'm proud of you," she said, testing the phrase. I nodded. No. She asked if I could help. Not with love, with access, with credibility, with repair. He watched realization bloom slowly as I spoke. Measured, Kindy explained the policies, the independence, the ethics. He told her I couldn't intervene, even if I wanted. Toy told her teaching taught me that systems matter. She tried one last time. "You're still my daughter." I looked at her and thought of the message, the exclusion, the clean cutie. Chose my words the way I choose my lessons, clear objectives, no excess. I became successful when I stopped needing that, I said. The payoff wasn't her regret, was my relief. He left the calf lighter, then I entered D didn't block her, number E didn't need top power, doesn't require theatrics. Now, when Mother's Day comes, I host my own dinner teacher students people who stayed. We eat while we talk about work that matters. My phone stays face down. Justice, I learned, doesn't shout, it builds in when it stands. It doesn't ask to be seen, it simply is.